Oh!
Oh,
Shit.
fuck is up, everybody?
Everybody just missed out on the real show.
The real show, the real energy,
which is us
here.
having a very real fight about who's gonna press go live.
Well, yeah, it matters. It matters to me.
It matters a lot. That being said, we're late again.
Oh my god!
It's another late
start.
Don't
scrap it. Let's
from your
scrap
boys.
it.
I'm sorry, but we're also not the only ones running late. Abigail in the chat says going to be running a tiny bit late. I think everybody's going to be fine.
That's okay. That's all right.
I'm going to go ahead and introduce what we're doing here before we get everybody in that's going to participate. We are getting the link out right now to any of our KLC VIP members who want to join the Creative Summit. Okay, so here's what we're looking at here, folks. If you're not familiar, on KLC Press and even before that on the Stegman and His Amazing Friends podcast, we, along with Ryan Stegman, Donnie Cates,
name drop,
ever heard of him? We did a series of episodes where we did some riffing to try to come up with to sort of like shed light on the process of breaking story and building character and plot. And that sort of led to the whole KLC Press thing where like the podcast, like particularly Ryan kind of like expressed to us that he wanted to continue to chase this form of, giving people a peek behind the curtain and seeing how writing and building something from scratch actually works. And so we did a series of episodes of the podcast with that ended up kind of becoming KLC Press's thing, where if you're interested, you're able to buy in and see what the behind the scenes process is of books that you love coming together. And that is just, I feel like, continued to grow and to sort of snowball into what we have now, which is the KLC Press community is this really cool thing where, there is us, we are part of KLC Press, and there's the creators involved in KLC Press, but even among the chain gang that just hangs out on the Discord or in the streams or whatever, we have so many people who are amazing artists and writers, pencilers, inkers, colorists, like everything. And so something that became sort of a priority for us going into year 3 was we were like, well, how do we sort of like take the streams and stuff that we're always doing and take it to another level? And something that we thought of was it would just be so fun to take all of the talent that we have in and amongst the chain gang and just sort of build something together. We don't know how it's going to go. But we figure we'll get it rolling, and we'll see how much this can snowball out. We're gonna do this in the sort of the style of those old creative sessions, where we get some of you in here. We're gonna be chatting about a potential story. We're gonna be talking some plot, some character stuff, and we might go a little bit Mad Libs here and there. And we're gonna build something together. We're gonna build out this story, and then we would love it if people, in the Discord, on social media, any of you guys that have this amazing talent that we've just continued to see over the 3 years of KLC Press, want to do some fan art, want to maybe come together and start like contributing to this, because we would love this to just sort of end up being a collage that's built over time between us and you guys, and something that we can do together. And it's going to be a very fun way to sort of hang out with you guys who are wonderful KLC Press supporters, and for us all to just put something together. We have a few little comments here that are worth highlighting. Tyler says, remember Gridiron? Good times. I do. It's a reference to the previous creative sessions, which if you have followed KLC Press closely for a while, you know that the thing that we created on there, Bad Kids, ended up being pretty influential into what Vanish ended up turning out as. You may have also heard a live show that we did in C2E2 several years back that we posted on KLC Press in a couple of different parts. And over that one, we created the iconic character Gun Bachelor and all of the lore behind him. We got some incredible artwork out of that. So yeah, we're just hoping to recapture that magic here and make something with you guys. I think it'll be fun. Griffin, what do you think? Do you think it'll be fun?
I think you're doing great, Ethan. I didn't go to the bathroom before this, so I'm going now. So it's still you.
Okay. Oh, this motherfucker. This absolute son of a bitch. You wait till I throw to you.
That said, it's not a joke. I do have to go to the
It's in the true spirit of creative collaboration that I'm speaking to right now. Anyway, Gridiron, yeah, that's Bad Kids. If you guys ever saw the Bad Kids post, let me highlight a few more of these little comments before we get in. We start letting people in. We start chatting story because I would love for Griffin to be here for it personally. The Art Jedi says, "Where's Ryan?" Well, that's the question, isn't it? That we have a search party out for him. His family's concerned. No, I'm kidding. He's fine. But he may not be here this time. He could pop in as a surprise. That's sort of going to be how these creative summits go. Griffin and I are going to be spearheading them. And you never know, as with other all of our other KLC Press streams, you never know when an amazing friend is going to pop by and say hello or even contribute. Ryan has plenty of insane ideas up his sleeve that I think could just absolutely derail this entire project. And I'm looking forward to getting his little grubby fingerprints all over it. Owen's Reviews. Oh, hey guys, what's up? Hey, Owen. It's good to see you. The Art Jedi again. Chain Gang for life. Art Jedi, I hope we could see you you draw some weird shit that comes out of this. I think that would be a lot of fun. Got some chains. Says KLC Press shows up in my dreams. I think it's a prophecy. You know, I've never had a dream about KLC Press. I just was reading the other day about how cell phones don't show up in our dreams. Maybe because they seem like an extension of us in real life, and so we don't think of them as separate objects. And I'm wondering if that's KLC Press, that we as a community are an extension of each other, and so we never dream about KLC Press. That's my theory. What's your theory, Griffin?
My theory is exactly what Sean says right here. Ethan and Griffin want the money from the story all themselves.
Of course. No, yeah, let's make that crystal clear right up front.
None of you are getting credit here. We're taking all the money.
Everything that's created here will become our next image series. We will be sole writing credit. Mm-hmm. And I think that's fair. Owen's Reviews says Gun Bachelor. I've never heard of that until now. Go search for it on KLC Press, the RC2E2 live show. It's a classic.
Did we put that out? Did that ever go out?
Yeah, we put it out.
We found it. It was lost to the archives.
It was lost for a long time. Yeah. And now, we released it in 2 parts as an audio podcast. And it's fucking incredible. You can hear the audience giving their input. And Donnie really works some magic on that stage. It's great stuff. It's hashtag save Stegman. I love that. We'll get back into the comments. Anybody that's not going to join us here, make sure you just throw in stuff in the comments. Anything that you want to contribute, any little scrap, because we'll figure it in, or at least take it into consideration. Tyler Janessa says Bob Quinn is sitting in on this like Claw and Inspector Gadget. I love that. All right, are we ready to get some friends in here and start cooking?
I don't remember Inspector Gadget enough, Tyler. Yes, we can, but we should have the actual legal disclaimer that Donnie Cates always made sure to put on top of those creative sessions, which is that you're coming here, you're telling us your ideas, and we're not going to be publishing any ideas. We're not stealing anybody's ideas, but if anything ever winds up and you feel like, hey, that's similar to my idea, too bad. You gave it to KLC Press by submitting it here on this live stream. That is true. This is legally binding. You can't sue us later.
This isn't one of those things that you see on Twitter where it's like these guys created a program that was literally just so that they could steal people's ideas. I promise. This is all of this stays here. We're going to try to keep all this contained here. Mm-hmm. So you won't be seeing whatever you say tonight in issue 6 of Kill Your Darlings.
But maybe 7.
7 is a mess, so maybe. Yeah, we'll see. All right, let's let our friends in, Griffin. Let's
Ryan Michael.
Let's build out the writers.
What's up, guys?
It's Andy. It's Abigail.
Hey.
What up, friends?
What's up?
Thank you for joining us tonight.
I think that an important piece of business to get out of the way first is that I got a new computer, so I will actually be present.
Oh, really?
Ethan got a new computer that doesn't know how to sync up his audio with his video.
It's fine if you use Firefox.
Unless you use
Chrome is
Firefox.
You directly hook to the router.
I am directly hooked to the router. We could kick off with tech talk if we want. I think that
Love me
might
to
drive
tech talk.
inspiration. No, but it's great. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that I can actually hear all of you. Let's do it.
Oscar, what's up? Oscar's here.
Shit,
And
Oscar. Oscar should get in here. I want Oscar.
Yeah, where are you,
I
Oscar?
want Oscar in the writer's room.
Where's Tyler Janess?
Tyler, what? You have the time to chat, but you don't have time to contribute? Disgusting.
This is just like that other character from Inspector Gadget.
I have some structure to this that I think could kick us off, unless you have a different structure that you want to kick us off with.
No.
Okay, wonderful.
You know what the week has been. No.
I know what the week has been. Okay, guys.
Ethan.
We're going to build something together from scratch. You probably heard the preamble. I think that our goal should... we'll have to kind of define what our goal is. Are we trying to make the perfect comic book? Are we trying to make the perfect critical darling? Or are we trying to sell to the rabble? Are we trying to create a general audience pleaser? What are we aiming for here, guys? Because I don't know. We've never all collaborated. When all of these brains come together, what are we making?
That's easy. Inspector Gadget fanfic.
Inspector Gadget fanfic. So a critical darling. I see.
See, I was going to say we should start with the thing that we have to use to pitch the books and everything is this meets that, situation. So I was thinking we could pick a this meets that and let that sort of just take us away. So we have.
I see, but I'm trying to operate on the macro. I think what type of thing and then genre of thing. Then you get to this meets that. I think that's how you narrow.
Well, the genre will be dictated from the this meets that, Ethan.
No, because the this meets that you pick from things that are within the realm of what you're trying to make. So you got to decide. Is it a fantasy thing? Then it's Narnia. It meets...
I thought for the sake of time that we just throw out two things and run with it.
What was the writer? One of the writers just said, God, well, I'm mad. I can't remember who it was. I'm sick of everyone whining that you can't write Superman. Superman is a skin or filter you put over the story. Okay. If you want to have Kryptonians coming from another planet, it's now Meet the Parents, but you have a Superman skin over it. So you just write the story about the characters, but the characters can be whatever you want them to be, and that's why comic books are fun. So I would just say, think of it as two levels. What is the story we want to tell? And then what's the universe we want to tell that in? Because you can tell any story. It could be aliens, zombies, but at the core, it's got to have an arc. So,
but my question is it for dummies or smart people?
Everyone, because you got to have the arc can be really smart. The arc can be really smart, but in the middle is a ton of fart jokes.
Yeah, like Rick and Morty. Elevated IQ to get everything, but there's also
the galaxy
brains.
Shit.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, do we feel okay trying to stay away from superheroes? How do we feel? Because I think that would be an interesting twist, and I think comics needs more of that. What do you guys think?
I almost steering towards the
I'm noir.
I think it would be fun to reinvent the superhero genre.
I think it's possible. I only say that because our previous creative sessions were Bad Kids, a superhero team, and Gun Bachelor, ostensibly a superhero. So I figured maybe we could go in a different direction.
We'll never know about Gun Bachelor. We didn't get enough time with him to really know.
He's morally gray. He's at least an anti-hero.
Yeah. Probably throw in some cyberpunk themes in there.
Okay. I don't mind that.
It's a cyberpunk John Wick.
Ooh.
See, all right. We got suggestions here in the chat.
Okay.
Inspector Gadget meets Call Me By Your Name. Thank you, Tyler. Urban Fantasy, Spider-Man meets RoboCop. Boy Meets World meets The Shining meets Clerks. Sean's coming in with a tri-pronged thing. Clerks meets Star
Clerks meets Star
So
Wars.
Clerks is in the mix. We got a lot of Clerks going on.
It's gonna be in a convenience store. Whatever we're doing.
What if I told you I've never seen Clerks?
What if I said the same thing?
Okay, then I think it might be out as a touch point.
No, but I know what Clerks is.
You guys
There's definitely a hybrid.
Your shit together.
I get it. That's why I'm not watching it.
There's already a thing called like Troopers or something where it's like the security camera of the Death Star is catching troopers doing clerk shit.
And
so
like we keep trying to do. I mean, it's like that Mandalorian episode where the stormtroopers are sitting around talking. I don't know. You know.
I do like slice of life.
Yeah, no, me too. 100%.
So,
yeah.
Like even if you still want to like superhero it up, like what are they doing when they're not superheroing? Like give me
That's how you could fit Clerks in. Superheroes, it's set in like a Clerks type store, but superheroes come into the store.
Okay.
Okay.
Superstore.
They gotta sell 2 superheroes.
Yeah, selling 2 superheroes.
Maybe
I don't mind
know
that.
what Clerks
You know, because
was.
there's like a anime coming out right now. I think that the idea is that it is characters that run the item shop in an RPG essentially. So the fantasy heroes stop into their item shop, which I really like. I agree. I love slice of life stuff.
So they can't run out of health potions before the big festival and all that jazz.
Yeah,
like
that's pretty fun.
That's interesting.
That's pretty fun. What if we're talking like your Edna Modes or like that guy from the JMS Spider-Man run where it's the person that makes the costumes and so all the characters have to stop in for repairs and gadgets and all of that sort of stuff.
The answer is yes.
The guy Mark Hamill played in Invincible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that.
And he sells gallons of milk.
Okay. Yeah, he's also got essentially what a gas station would have.
I kind of like the
day,
idea.
Superhero costumer by night.
Maybe it is a gas station, but he lets the heroes into the back room. That could work. Yeah.
Kinky.
I like the idea that it's a milkman, where he like milkman sounds like a superhero name, but you know. By day, he's just delivering some milk. It's a good time. But then he's got the truck. The truck is where he. Yes, it is a period piece.
You want to do,
it's in the future,
or for some reason, this person still has a job as a milkman in current day.
No. This is future, like post civilization reset. So it's like far flung future, like after a fallout and everything already, and milkmen are back.
Yeah, but like, would cows even be alive in this post-apocalypse?
It's radioactive milk, Andy.
Milk doesn't have to come from cows.
God.
Also, I think there was like a Doom Patrol.
You can milk anything, Greg.
I think there was a Doom Patrol thing about Milkman or something. I think we're getting off track.
The Milk Wars. There was a Milk Wars back in the day.
The Milk Wars.
You're telling me milk is not the place to be? All right, or we'll move on.
I think the cool thing is the slice of life could be the gateway into a cooler story where like they're making a suit and it's got a built-in body cam and the guy checks out the body cam later and he sees something he wasn't supposed to see.
Wait,
you know.
What about? Have you guys seen the anime My Dress Up Darling?
No.
Where, like the guy like makes cosplay for like this girl he's friends with. How about it's like very slice of life, but like we just see this guy's day by day trying to make a superhero suits for superheroes. It's called My Dress Up Superhero. It'd be an anime.
That might get us into some hot water.
Okay. What about when putting on the costumes? It's a magical girl transformation style.
Let's fucking go. I mean, that is an element we can definitely have later, no matter
that
what.
That could be one of the suits they make.
Yeah.
Magical girl is a requirement, I think, nowadays.
Yeah,
so.
transformation sequence.
You know, we're just throwing things out there. What if this guy is secretly a villain? And his thing is that whenever heroes bring him costumes to patch a hole in or whatever, he puts the costume on and he like runs somewhere to do something that'll get that superhero canceled.
Oh, the canceller.
Yeah. I think that's not bad.
I don't know. It feels like then we'd just be writing stories about a guy who does a bunch of shit that would get people canceled.
But that's your ordinary world. Then something pulls him into the plot. You know.
Then he gets canceled himself. Oh no!
What'd he do?
Everything.
Oh shit!
Jesus.
Okay, interesting. All right. Well, I don't hate this. I like the idea of going slice of life.
What if it's less a superhero, more like a bounty hunter type of beat, where a youngster's trying to make it as a bounty hunter, and he's also vlogging about it, and so he's got his little vlog that he does, and he's like, "Hey, it's me again."
Would you call it a bounty vlogger?
Oh, you could hypothetically.
I'm kind of overwhelmed by all of the good stuff that's here in the comments.
Would that hinder you as a bounty hunter if you had like a public identity? Like if you were,
it would, Danny. It would.
But
he's gonna find that out the hard way.
Gotcha.
Isn't that Dog the Bounty Hunter's whole thing?
I don't know. I've never seen an episode. I know what he looks like.
What if it's more like an animal control type thing where they're going out and getting alien alien animals?
Isn't that just Men in Black?
Well, these are more like stray pets.
I love this because this is so much of this is the nitty gritty of trying to find an idea. Of,
how did you guys ever come up with an idea?
This thing.
Everything's been done.
That's true.
That's true.
It's like that one South Park episode where they think everything's been done by The Simpsons. Yeah, everything's been done.
Well, I do think we have some things that maybe haven't been done here in the comments. Tyler Janess says, how about we focus on a superhero comic critic? I do love the idea of it being like a really gritty tale of a guy, he's doing drugs in order to just get the energy up to just be like, oh, Daredevil's done it again. He's just having, he's desperately holding on. I think that could be interesting.
It would be pretty cool to do a mix of Archer and the critic from the 90s, Jay Sherman, and do where he's always reviewing comic books. But then, of course, there would be zany adventures in between reading comic books, and stuff.
Owen's review says, I was going to suggest one concept I thought, but then I forgot, that already exists. It's called the Paybacks. That's our Simpsons did it first. Is that Donny Cates did it first? I also liked we showcase a world where it's TMZ, but they run scandals on supers. That's interesting.
As long as actual Will Arnett is a character, I'm in.
Okay,
let's do it.
Sure.
So it's like the actor Will Arnett is a
but
character.
He's always wearing a horse head.
I'm looking for this guy. His name's Mi Hermano.
Will Arnett was in the TMZ parody in Popstar.
Oh yeah, where he's got all the water bottles taped together and stuff. Yeah.
You've seen Popstar, but you haven't seen Clerks.
You're exposing my ass right on this stream.
Popstar is the Clerks of their generation. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Clerks
younger than you
be the
guys,
Clerks
and
of their
I've seen
generation.
Clerks.
When did Clerks come out? All right, we need to pause and have a Clerks conversation.
93?
Yeah.
Dude, it's before us, man. It's before us.
How old are you guys?
This is why you guys couldn't get a pull quote from Kevin Smith, huh? For your book.
I don't think they even know who Kevin Smith is, Danny. That's too old for them.
I know who Kevin Smith is. I saw comic book men growing up on AMC.
They know him from
We did get a pull quote from Kevin Smith, but we couldn't use it because he was just that that the book pwned his taint or whatever.
You don't want to use that?
Yeah, that would have been the first quote I used.
Yeah.
Is that how Kevin Smith talks?
This is a little distasteful.
All right.
Not for the internet. You don't put it on the trade, but you put it on the internet.
You put it on Twitter. Then you get the most attention.
And I can't even remember what he says. All I know is that Kevin Smith uses his hands all the time. It's so weird, dude.
That's not
a very
bad.
animated fella.
I got it. It's the Lonely Island, but they're actually trapped on an island. It's Lord of the Flies. We are fully off the rails, folks. It's
pretty good.
We gotta get.
What about just SNL, but Lord of the Flies, and just people kept trying to keep trying to make skits, but
they gotta entertain themselves on the island. So now there's a Lorne Michaels on the island.
Throw in the Bachelor in there.
But it's like Survivor and Lorne Michaels has him executed if the skit's bad.
So wait, what if there was an SNL in the superhero world? Wouldn't you have to do skits about Batman fucking Catwoman and stuff?
Jesus.
But I'm just saying, if we're gonna do TMZ, they would have skit shows. I think you could mix 30 Rock with superheroes.
So the Joker would be a host one week.
Oh, yeah.
dude.
Oh, that'd
You
be
got to
hilarious.
introduce the musical guest, man.
Or that could be like that could be one of the climaxes. Even like the end of the season is like a supervillain takes over the show that week.
Yeah.
He's holding everyone hostage.
The Joker going, ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
Oh, but a couple of months ago, I saw this short video where Marvel, the X-Men made fun of Love Island.
Oh, dude. Yes.
Griffin and I
Yes.
are always tossing around
Love Island.
concepts
Island ideas?
related to Love Island.
Love Island bitches.
What about Love is Blind, but Daredevil goes on it?
Uh-huh.
That's
And
just
then
his
at the
da-
end
that's
of
just
the
his
season,
dating
he
life.
still has to just be like, I don't know, still.
Picks
In
the
the end,
hottest
it's
Or,
good
girls
or,
of
or,
all
or I
time.
kind of see you better than everybody else does, or
Oh.
I see you as looking
That
like
could
you're
be-
on fire, or
That's like
I know
a
what
that's like a
version-
Tinder bio type thing right there.
Oh, yeah.
This is not related to us making a book, but Polar Knight says, I love this show, and the men on cam are like the perfect evolution of beard growth. Yeah. Yeah, well, if you lined us all up in the proper order,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're correct, Polar Knights.
it's true.
I agree.
This takes
Congrats.
I
time.
started
so
using
with this-
Bioten, and look at this.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah.
This is all natural here.
All natural. Me too.
We do a book
Ooh.
called A Someone, but it's about the most boring man to have ever existed. Okay. It feels the schlubby, you know?
Yeah.
The most
What
boring
have we
piece of
missed
shit
here?
dentist.
Tyler said a tailor named Taylor. That was back when we were talking about a costume tailor. That's interesting.
I still like a
Um,
tailor named Taylor. That's good.
A superhero, when a superhero isn't superheroing, they're busy working at a convenience store. Okay.
I just feel that's all the filler episodes of One Punch Man, though.
See, but that's what I mean. If we're talking slice of life, isn't that what we're saying? Is that we'll
Yeah.
nestle into the filler space and like allow that to sort of be a flavor?
Maybe.
What's
Mm.
up, Guilt? Guilt is here. You're here.
The photo
Hello?
is perfect for just lurking. It's
Yeah.
very spooky.
This is why I brought it up.
Adds some tension to the room.
Guilt, feel free to join us, but don't feel pressured.
Will
Is
Ryan
it-
be joining to make fun of us?
You know, he would, he should. I don't know if he knows this is happening right now.
Ryan's probably just watching, just taking all these ideas for himself.
Ryan's
Oh,
doing
he's
that
taking
thing.
notes. Yeah.
Ryan's doing
Ryan's
that
like,
thing.
I can draw the shit out of that.
Yeah. Ryan's doing
Yeah,
that
yeah.
thing that Scrooge McDuck does, where he's swimming through his piles of gold right now.
Mhm.
And
That's
so,
how he injures his shoulder.
I don't know when the last time was that he checked his phone.
Yeah. With the sacks of money I gave
He's
him.
not that strong. He has fine shoulder problems. He's
Okay, what
bitching
if
about it.
our comic book is about Ryan Stegman? What if Ryan
Oh.
Stegman
Wait,
is the
wait,
main
wait.
character?
What's that one anime where it's like it's by the people who did Death Note, but it's all about making manga? It's kind of
Oh.
like
Oh
that.
yeah.
but like,
Bakuman.
yeah, it's like that, but like
Bakuman.
through your experiences with Ryan. Like it's kind of like a autobiography about what it's like to work with. Forgot his name for a
Okay,
second. Fuck,
let's
Ryan
put-
Stegman.
But Ryan's missing in this scenario.
It
and
seems
we're-
like it might
we're
get
trying to find
depressing.
him.
Let's put the KLC creators in a studio. Pretend they all go into a studio, and that's what it's about. Like they're like what happens on a daily basis
Yeah, just
at this studio, right?
Yeah,
Obviously, they don't. Yeah,
but that's
The
also a
story
slice
is
of life,
is-
though.
yeah.
It's about a prominent comic book artist that, in between drawing pages, pumps iron for the annual battle to the death that he has with the other really, really jacked comic book artist. Craig Capullo is his name.
Okay,
Or
okay.
Chip-
And Chip is his Joker.
I mean, or Doug Monke, because that guy's.
Griffin.
Are
Off of
you-
that, off of that idea,
Are you suggesting a comic? Oh, I'm sorry, Danny. Go ahead.
in order to get your comic published, you have to agree that at the end of the year, all the creators have a battle royale.
Yes, they all have to fight someone or something in
Yeah,
order to
yeah.
get their book made. And Brian Stegman is prepping all year long for this battle, but
So you got a
also
bunch of
also
box studio
he's got to
creators.
make a good comic book too. You know, it's
Yeah.
just living his life. He's just drawing.
All right. Let's get serious. Okay.
Oh my
let's,
God.
Let's.
I just want to say that title should be Comic Book Kumite.
All right. We're casting a wide net, and I think it's
It's true.
okay.
It's okay. This
there's
is
no
what
bad
happens.
ideas
You got to
at this
drudge
stage.
through. You bring it
Owen-
up. You shake it out. You see what's in
Owen's review says it's a superhero that's forced to work in a convenience store after a war between aliens, zombies, and vampires. I would say, then why does he need to be a superhero? It's like a hat on a hat on a hat on a hat. You know, like I don't know. I like the idea of just mashing everything together. Big box store where they sell supervillain supplies. It could just be a book about working at Acme that sells the fucking Wile E. Coyote, all of his all of his psychopathic instruments.
I kind of like that. Anthropomorphic
Yeah.
animals just keep coming in. It's a little Looney Tunes, you know?
Yeah. It's just every Looney Tune that like wants to kill another one. Like it's also whichever one is the cat from Tom and Jerry.
They're like, what did you
That's
work
Tom.
on today? Well, we invented this paint that when you put it on the wall, it creates an actual tunnel. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, because like it's like Lucius Fox, like doing all the fucking Batman inventions, but they're all just like wacky like Looney Tunes bullshit.
That don't
Well,
work.
Mr. Wayne, we've got the biggest anvil you've ever seen, but it can fit in your pocket.
We can go
like
bigger.
Lucius Fox selling things to Looney Tunes? Is that where we're at?
Potentially. I mean, we're
Okay.
scanning
Okay.
the chat for anything. A comic about a food critic who has lost his sense of taste and must continue reviewing restaurants and has to BS his way through reviews. I like that a lot. I think that's
So he's
really
like,
good. Yeah, I like the idea.
Owen's full of
story-
them tonight, dude.
Owen is
Owen's
really
just
There's
coming
blood
through.
one
in
a
the
little
chat.
higher. There's one a little higher than that one in quotes. That's interesting.
He's kind of a dick, and you call it tasteless.
Let's see. Which one are you talking about
That
here,
definitely
Danny? I'm
gets
looking.
fun.
I don't
Terrible.
want to read. I don't want to read this, but it's got a planet on it.
A planet. I'm looking.
Maybe
I'm
it's.
looking.
Maybe
You said
it's
it's a-
way
it's
Oh,
a
higher.
you're
club.
talking about an anus on your ring.
An anus on Uranus.
Bingo.
All right, Owen. You know, I was excited. I was like, oh fuck yeah, this guy. Look at all the ideas this guy's got. Now
No, I
you
don't know.
soiled your
Day
name.
Club. It's about reverse vampires that can only operate in the day. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I want
Or
to say Scoot's here. Scoot, what's up, sir?
okay,
draw
back to
along at
that.
home.
Back to the vampire idea.
Uh-huh.
You're in a vampire academy, but one of the students is a daywalker, and he just has to work harder than everyone else. I think that's a really nice manga trope of like, oh, I don't have the natural talent, but I can work harder.
Yeah.
You
But I'll
know,
show
so
them.
Maybe
We're
not a
already there.
daywalker, or like a werewolf accidentally goes to like vampire school and has to like deal with all the vampires. But he only like is
Mhm.
strong during a full moon, so he's got to like bide his time and like really show himself out during that.
Okay.
What about a normal person? And he has to fake his way through vampire school.
He has to like.
Yeah, now
He's
we're
like,
talking.
they're like,
man.
are you
Now we're
a
talking.
vampire? And he's like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, just has
Yeah.
like two sharpie vampire fangs like bite
Uh-huh.
on his
Or
thing.
maybe a vampire in the ways that matter.
It's true. In the
What
heart.
does that mean?
Owen's reviews has shot back at you. Look, Griffin, not every idea. We can't all come up with Kill Your Darlings on the first try.
It's true.
That's true. That's fair. A
We're
comic
close
like
though.
a
We're
Catholic vampire? Okay. I'm kind of getting excited about the
Oh, yeah.
vampire ideas.
too.
Me too.
It's kind of I'm thinking it's time for vampires to come back.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Oh, I'm thinking they're back. But let's not rule anything out. It's about a group of people who try to find the infinite box that can produce an infinite amount of whatever supplies
Is-
they need in the moment.
Is this Ethan? Is this where I bring my my Universal monsters, but it's also the John Wick world idea out? Is this where we talk about someone
Sure.
kills Dracula's big bat, and Dracula's got to go and hunt down a bunch of people from the rival gang of assassins, which is in fact run by Frankenstein. So we're all with the royalty-free characters. And the Wolfman the Wolfman and Dracula go way back. They used
don't
to
mind
run
that.
together.
We can
And
use
then
the. We can also use the naked Winnie the Pooh.
I don't know.
Like, he
I
has
thought
to
it was
be-
funny,
They can't.
Danny.
He can't wear the red shirt. You're
Right.
saying that's the royalty free Winnie the Pooh?
That's right.
I mean, I do like a good royalty-free character. Sherlock Holmes can show up.
Well, but regular Winnie the Pooh is because we could just develop the sequel to Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, if we want to.
No.
I like the vampire thing. Let's just make sure it's nowhere close to when Tinian puts out his vampire book.
But are we keeping in lines of the like slice of life?
Yeah,
I think so. I feel like there's a lot of
Should.
untapped
Alright.
potential with vampires.
I
and
do.
slice of life.
Listen. I really liked that. Who said the thing? Was that Steve? The regular
human?
guy tries to
Yeah.
vampire school. I really like that. I think that's pretty good. I like.
Does
a
he just
story that
want
goes
to be
lie.
a vampire? Is that
Yeah,
just
like Guillermo from What We Do in the Shadows.
and he's like, hey, it's me, man. All right, I'm here.
Uh-huh.
And
So
I'm
his
here,
hope,
I'm a
is
vampire.
that at some point someone will change him into a vampire if he makes. Good,
Well,
good enough
I think
friends.
he is. He can't let anybody know that he isn't a vampire. I think he is like just finding ways for him to become a vampire, where he's just like, oh man,
maybe
dude, I got this like itch on my neck. If you could get it with your
Right,
teeth,
he's just trying to trick
specifically.
people into.
His-
Yeah.
his whole family.
I got
turned-
hurt. I need a blood transfusion. Anybody?
Yeah.
All right, I think Owen's done it though. Slice of life vampire book called.
See, I was gonna say Owen's done it. Let's pack it in. It's Dracula, but he has a gun.
That is the John Wick idea, basically. Is Dracula, but he has a gun.
I like the idea that Dracula needs a gun.
Of course, that's why it's fucking hilarious.
I think it's funny. He never uses it though. He just carries.
But
it
when he turns into a bat, he still has the gun. He's just flying around.
Where is the gun? Though?
That's fucking good. The gun doesn't change size though. It's still the same.
The bat is still carrying it around.
Yeah, it's
He's
really
like a
heavy.
normal
He has
size
a bat holster.
It
Yeah.
goes from a holster to a necklace when he turns into a bat.
I'm happy to announce that Scoot Starnes is here. Creative Summit. Let's
I
go.
know.
Also says
Yes,
some Kill
let's
Your
go.
Darlings fan art will be coming to my
Oh.
cover. Look at Jesus Christ. That's awesome. I can't wait for that. I love where we're at. I think Vampire School is pretty good. It could, it's like you could be doing sort of a Better Call Saul situation where you have a main character who's just like just a pathological liar, lying their way through the most.
That's more what I was thinking. Maybe it was like this kid or whatever was captured, but he somehow escaped, and he now has to kind of blend in with the school.
Right.
Well,
Like
what if
he was
we-
captured by a bunch of vampire school kids, and they were gonna drink him, and then he was like, "No, wait, I'm one of you. Remember me
Right.
from fifth
that's what I
period,
was-
fifth period garlic class?" And
Garlic
they're
aversion,
like, "Oh
yeah.
yeah, no, we do remember you. Yeah, we'll see you." At
Breaking
school
Bad.
Breaking Bad. Okay,
That's good.
that's not bad.
I love Ethan. I think I can hear myself on your end, just a little bit.
Sounds like a you problem.
All right, that's fair. I love stitching two things together of like he's a non-vampire trying to make it in vampire school, and then we are cutting back and forth between that, and then later when he is the most powerful vampire and does have a gun.
For sure has a gun.
Well, no. How about
Yeah,
he
for
graduates
sure.
from vampire school? He becomes a vampire, but he gets kicked out and has to go to regular college. So now he's a vampire trying to fit in.
That's
regular
the big
school.
twist. That's the big twist.
Is that how
Yeah.
season 2 is gonna go?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's like
season
one.
2.
Or just you ramp it up even more. He goes from being a human in vampire school to being a vampire in vampire hunter school, Helsing Academy.
Yeah, because turns out he comes from a long line. I mean, this is that is out of what we do in the
The
shadows.
season 1
yeah.
reveal is his name is Charlie Van Helsing. or
You
some
guys
shit
have
like
written
that.
you guys have written the anime Helsing. You guys know that, right?
Let's go.
This already exists. Like
We haven't mentioned the priest
Yeah.
with knives once, okay?
Priest with knives?
you pretty much wrote off the Catholic. We were talking vampire Catholics before, so we've been circling Helsing pretty close. So.
But wait, Helsing or Helsing Abridged though? Because those are two totally different things that we could be drawing from.
Well, if it's a strong vampire with a gun, that's pretty much Helsing. So.
What if Ryan Stegman turns out to be a vampire?
Oh, he can only work at night.
Are we sure he
Can
just
only
is a
draw at
vampire?
He only does
Right.
indoor signings.
At night. Yes.
Yeah. You know,
Yes.
because there's a lot of those outdoor signings.
Is there a way to sort of merge what we've been talking about, where we've got a character who's normal, but he's having to hide the fact that he's in a dangerous supernatural setting, but it's like that's also just like that is like his everyday thing. Like we go back to the slice of life thing of like he's running a shop and he does a service for supernatural creatures.
Maybe the vampire runs a vampire hunting supply shop, and he can't, like, he's just kind of stuck there because that's his gig.
Interesting.
Like, he was a regular person.
Wile E. Coyote.
He was a regular vampire hunter that runs the shop, but then he accidentally gets turned into a vampire, and he can't tell anyone. So he just has to continue running the shop.
Owen may have something here with just having it be Ryan Stegman, but he's a vampire.
I am about it being Ryan Stegman as the main character.
What about Ryan Steakman?
So he named himself after something that would kill him.
I would be suspicious of a vampire. That
Well, in this world, all the normal people carry stakes around.
Oh, okay. Of course they do. Yeah,
That's why
There's
Dracula would need a gun.
So many vampires. Dracula with a gun. Yes. I will die on this fucking hill. That's what I want, is Dracula with a gun. I don't care if he's our villain. I don't care if he's our main character. Somewhere in this fucking book, I want him with a gun.
All right,
That's just Helsing.
Let's go.
I've never seen it. I don't know.
Oh my god, how uncultured are you?
Let's go the Seinfeld route. Dracula gets into a fender bender with someone, and he doesn't have insurance, but he does have
He's
a
on the
gun.
run.
So he has to be the butler of the guy that he hit with his car.
Or somebody hits Dracula with a car. He's like, okay, now you're gonna be my familiar. That's what's going on now until you pay off this debt.
Debt.
Yeah,
That.
There you go.
that's the word. Yeah.
What kind
What
of
if,
and Dracula's driving like an old timey fucking like Model T bullshit.
An old Dracula.
Oh, he's driving
Wait.
a goblin or whatever the fuck those. The
No,
gremlins.
put him in a
Wait.
Rolls Royce.
Okay.
Yeah, it has
Dracula.
to be an expensive car.
How
to
about
make sure
vampires
Because-
that do drag? Dragula.
I mean, if it doesn't exist already, I would be shocked because Dracula
Probably
is perfect.
Well, Dracula's lived a long time. He's got to have a lot of money.
Yes.
True.
Yes. He's got a lot of money to be.
But he lost
Johnny
it in
Wick
NFTs.
Oh, God.
He didn't fully
Oh,
understand
God.
what it was.
He put all the Bieber's NFTs.
Washed up NFT dealer, but Dracula.
And what, he has to work at McDonald's?
That's tough. That's tough. Bless you, Andy.
Bless you.
Thank you. I muted myself so you guys wouldn't hear that.
Unless you were
annoying-
dabbing.
No, I'm not cool enough for that, Danny.
You could be. You could be.
All right.
There's
well,
no
listen,
one stopping you but yourself, Andy.
we've got a lot of directions here.
I feel like,
Got a lot of
we're
directions here.
sold on vampire, but just like we don't know where
Vampire
we want to put
is
our foot in
there.
this ground.
Especially
Well,
it's spooky
I say
season,
let's like
so-
make the decision here to close the door on new directions for a second.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
grabbing us? What do we like that we've already heard? What are we
Vampire
I think
and
it's
slice of
vampire.
life.
Vampire slice of life.
Vampire slice of life.
And maybe gun.
All right, so what do what? Oh, see, vampire slice of life is what we do in the shadows already.
It is,
So
yeah.
like, there's maybe
But,
just
like,
a
that's why
different
we.
creature slice of life, and not.
Well, what
vampire.
about this? What if there is it's like a Swamp Thing school,
Ooh.
and someone wearing one of those like
30s?
hunting Swamp Thing looking
ghillie
things
suits?
Yes, a ghillie suit.
Yeah.
ends up in the school, and he's pretending to be a Swamp Thing.
It's a
What
Scooby
about-
Doo villain that's trying to learn how to be a Scooby Doo villain, so he goes to school with actual like monster people. And
What
he's,
about-
like, studying them? He's like shadowing them.
Sasquatch slice of life.
Oh, Sasquatch
Ooh.
slice
Like
of life.
everything
he's
that
out.
happens, everything that happens
out.
when he's not being taken pictures of from far away.
Yeah. And then he's also like really embarrassed that that's like the most popular picture of him.
Yeah.
He looks really bad. Dude.
He's like, I
I
have so
more
many
than
better
just
shots.
my feet. That should be him.
I did like
Sasquatch.
when
He's
you
just
guys
living out in the woods, you know. hanging out.
When you guys were talking about being supernatural creators, I thought that was a cool idea. Either maybe like being like trying to be a comic book creator and you're also a supervillain. And your editor's like, that would never work. And you're like, motherfucker, it worked last time when I blew up the town.
It would.
It would. I swear it did. I mean, not murdering your boss, even though that's kind of your nature because you're a supervillain, but or even a vampire. He's a vampire writing like Anne Rice type novels, and the editor is always like, that's so unrealistic. A vampire would never do that, and he just has
Vampire
like,
would never use a gun.
Yeah,
Can
we're gonna get sued.
Can we maybe revisit the TMZ setting? But it's with the fucking like they're exposing the scandals of the Universal monsters.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Who
Does the Wolfman have fleas? We're outside his dermatologist right now.
Yes, he does. Sorry to say
That
it.
was a weird noise.
is
And that's-
Frankenstein the one, like the main TMZ guy with the cup?
No, it has to be like
I
Van
don't
Helsing.
think
No,
I don't
no,
even
they're
think
human. They're
Yeah,
human.
It's
I
gonna be
don't
like a
think
Van
the
Helsing or
monsters
like
are
what are the games? What's the main character in Castlevania? God damn it, Belmont. Holy shit,
Alucard.
The Belmonts, yeah.
I forgot. I'm not a gamer.
I can't.
Guess what? I haven't played Castlevania.
I was about to say I can't believe you didn't beat him to the punch on the main character of Castlevania.
Nope. Can't say I have or would or did. I didn't.
All right. So I mean, I think we're landing somewhere.
Does Dracula have a gun? That's one of
Does
the
he have a
TMZ
gun?
things.
Is
I
Dracula?
like the idea. Dracula is the one who wrote Dracula, and it's basically like when OJ wrote like If I Did It. Dracula just wrote Dracula, and he's like, if I was a vampire, this is probably how it would go. But
So
I'm
Bram
not.
Stoker would
Oh,
be his
it's
pen
called-
name.
it's called If I
Bram
Did.
Stoker, yeah, it's a
Yeah,
pseudonym.
All right. Did you guys watch the Rock's Hercules movie?
years ago.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, so in that movie, all the myths of Hercules were actually done as a group, so it was kind of like a ruse. But in this case, all the myths about Dracula are because he's working with like a bunch of people to like make it seem that he has all these powers. So Dracula, so we just kind of follow those shenanigans of like Dracula trying to keep his own myth alive.
Yeah, he wants
Or
to
may-
be like this, so it's like a whole production, and so
Or
he
maybe just
hires
like a bunch of
people.
coincidences happen where these people think he's Dracula's
Holy
a vampire.
shit! Holy shit! I
Like-
think I might have it here. Okay.
Okay.
The book is the main character is Dracula.
Yes,
But
as we know and love him, but he has a gun.
Oh my god.
he does have a gun. I'm
Okay,
pleased, I'm
yes.
pleased to inform you. But maybe the concept is that he writes this book about himself and he creates this legend around himself. But it's fake. He's not a vampire. He's not any of those things. He's just a rich guy with too much time. But he's created this legend around himself, and he's made everybody frightened by his big house on the hill. And he's just created this thing, and he's like, oh, I'm the talk of the town. I'm a legend. And then all of these vampires show up to serve him as the Lord of the Vampires. And so it's a regular man in charge of legions of vampires all of a sudden in some coming supernatural war.
And he's
And
got
it
to
has
keep
to be-
They all
and it has to be
show up
real
and they're
estate
like,
law.
oh my god, Dracula, yes, you're here to lead us against the fucking Draculas with guns. They have guns. We don't have guns.
I was thinking a bunch of Frankensteins or something.
Well, you're here to lead us against the
werewolves.
Frankensteins with guns.
Yeah, like maybe like in this, Dr. Frankenstein has created like a patchwork army or something. And
No, because of the book that he Dracula wrote, he's like, okay, vampires are real. I gotta do something about vampires. So he makes all these Frankensteins as a result of all these vampires. But then the vampires like, oh my god, how this Dracula guy know so much about our culture? Now we have Frankensteins coming after us. So they all go to him now.
What is Frankenstein culture like? I'm just curious. What do they do? Like, what's a traditional Frankenstein dish?
Nothing with fire.
Everything
Nothing
is
over
served
flame.
cold. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing
Everything's
cooked over an
served
open
over.
flame.
Kid dunking.
Yeah, yeah.
Gazpacho. It's just gazpachos all around.
Yeah. Easy to eat, you know. He doesn't. I don't even know if Frankenstein does. Frankenstein have teeth? He's probably got teeth.
He may not even have a digestive system, so it just kind of like filters
That's
down.
true. All right.
How do we feel about fake Dracula leads a Dracula army? I mean, I kind of like. I even like the idea that maybe it's like a little shrimpy guy, but he's on stilts in a big cloak.
I think it would be really cool to you shoot it that they're resurrecting him. The cult of Dracula, these vampires, they're modern day vampires. They're waking him for the apocalypse finally, but it's it was all exaggeration. And now that he's awake, he doesn't have half the powers they said he did, you know, and now we could even make it where over time vampires evolved. So they assumed he has all the powers they have today, but he doesn't have like any of them. And
no, he's like all I can do is turn into a bat.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That's it.
Or all he has any interest of doing, you know, in like what the Bram Stokers, and then they did it in Renfield too, where he's just worried about real estate law.
He's like, dude, I gotta ship all my shit to fucking London or something.
It was just a guy who was allergic to sunlight, whatever that condition's called.
Like, or a guy who just had a garlic allergy.
Yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm. He never even had powers or anything.
I think I like the no powers aspect.
Yeah, just some. He's just some guy.
He's got
except the bat. Except the bat. The bat is the one thing. That's my hill I die on. Is that was
okay, Griff? It's either a gun or the bat. You can't pick one or the other. Gun or bat.
You can't. I can't have bat holding the gun.
What if it's like a child that created the legend of Dracula as like a prank on people?
So like a influencer, like a TikTok influencer.
Yeah, but like in the whatever century Dracula's from.
The boy who cried wolf, the boy who cried Dracula.
Yeah, like he uses it to
like TikTok
to scare people and
1600s or 1700s.
Yeah. But then all of a sudden it starts getting very real.
So he was just driving around on a horse and carriage doing his, like they did those old like theater, like puppet shows or whatever. Yeah. He's like a traveling TikToker, but he's like telling his Dracula story.
Oh my god!
This is scary close to the truth. I'm pretty sure the truth is like Vlad Dracula or whatever died, but it told everyone in his court and like everyone in his kingdom, tell them I'm alive. If anyone asks, you tell them I'm alive. I'm more powerful than ever. Just fuck with them. Tell them I'm a monster. Like
he was an impaler though.
Yeah.
I like this. Owen says, or we give Dracula an iPad and see what he does with that.
Dracula, the original hype man.
I like quite a bit of that Dracula with an iPad show. I don't know how everybody else.
I want a panel of Dracula trying to use face recognition to open his iPad, but it doesn't work because it can't see him.
Did anyone see that Dracula show on Netflix a few years ago?
Yes.
That's the Dracula with an iPad show. Yeah.
Yeah, but like at the last episode, he like goes into like 100 years in the future, and he uses like technology, and he's like, I think he was on Tinder at one point. I don't remember.
Oh, Gilt's back with a new profile photo.
It's even better. It's even better.
Dracula 2099.
Oh.
That's already a thing.
Dracula becomes a doctor. I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good
Dracula. Dracula's he's just a vegan, dude. He's like, I don't know. I'm trying to do some harm reduction. I'm trying to do better.
Dracula goes to med school to get free blood.
Yeah.
Or Dracula just gets so tired of being a vampire, he retires and becomes a vegan doctor.
What about Dracula 2099? But he wakes up and there's no more humans because he was frozen or something, and there's no more humans and everyone's a robot, so there's no blood.
And then he just starves to death after the first issue.
Or no, he just goes. He has to go on.
He has to bring back the human race just so he can have food.
Right? Yeah.
So it's called Dracula Quest for Blood.
Oh shit! You know what? Then you do a lone wolf. Then you
with a gun.
Then you do sort of a lone wolf and cub sort of situation where he has to raise a human baby.
Just to eventually kill the baby. and then he can't do it because
that's our issue 8. He kills the baby.
So he's just raising this kid and trying not to eat it the whole time because he needs it to propagate.
And they fight robots.
Yeah, and he has a gun because he can't like use his
Yeah,
usual
he can't use
methods
his
on robots.
he can't use his teeth
There it
to
is.
puncture everyone's
There
body.
it
He has to
is.
use a
That-
Does a
Lone Wolf-
cyber gun work, Griffin? Though a cyber
Mhm.
gun.
Lone Wolf and Cub is real popular right now.
It is.
Real,
It's
real
a
hot
Is
right
it?
now.
It's
real,
almost
real,
too
real
hot.
big trope right now.
Hot. I mean, Mandalorian, Last of Us, like anything that's hot, it's got a little Lone Wolf and Cub in it.
Okay. All right.
I'm happy with this. It's got genre and it's got room for slice of life because he's just hanging around.
What if he
Yeah.
falls in love with a robot though?
Oh, dude, he's like I'd never, they're these lifeless machines. They're not
It's
capable
cold
of
like
love.
me. Yeah.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
But it's a Catholic robot, so they're really divisive.
Oh, dude, yeah. The robot has like
Bibletron.
a crucifix on, and he's like,
No, he doesn't have like a chain. He just has like his robot armor just has a cross in him. He's like, yes, I am the Catholic Tron 3000.
I am, yeah, I am Bible.
The only thing that
Bible
survived was robots and Catholicism. That's it.
What is it?
Dracula's like, fuck, dude, really?
Metallo. It's powered by holy water.
Okay, interesting.
The
Now
liquid Terminator, but yes, liquid with.
we're approaching the end of our time.
Mhm.
We all seem kind of jazzed about Dracula 2099.
It's got to be. I think Owen said legally distinct. It can't be
Well,
2099.
yeah, but we could tentatively say
Dracula.
Does Marvel have the copyright to the year 2099 though?
We'll just spell it
Could be 20
We'll just spell it like Brian Michael has it on his with a dash.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
or it could be 3099. Who
Yeah,
gives a shit? But the point
3099,
is,
4099.
the point
How
is,
about
is anyone-
3088?
And
Yeah,
then
let's go
Quest
ahead
for
and give the
Blood.
human race another 100 years. We can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is anyone opposed to developing Dracula 3099 in our next session of the
That's
Creative
fine.
Summit?
Are we here? Dracula
Yeah.
wakes up in the future. There's
Dracula
no
with
humans,
a gun tries not to eat a baby because there's only robots.
and he's got to have more babies to eat. So
He has to push a carriage around the whole time.
Yeah.
Old Man Logan. I was trying to think of the other one.
But also Dracula has to pretend to be a robot because there's no flesh and blood people. So he
Ooh,
also has
And
to,
that's how he
also-
can get around during the day. He wears like robot parts.
yeah.
Cover
Yeah.
him up.
Okay.
It's like The
I
Walking
think
Dead, where they
we've
cover
got it.
themselves in blood.
Yeah.
If anybody's opposed, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Do we have to do
No.
homework on this though? Like, do you
No,
want us to like
see,
come
it's all
with
up to you,
pictures?
Andy.
Like, I'd be
up to
happy
you.
to design something.
Yeah,
already got too
here's
much
my hopes for this is that because we've established that these creative summits, these are going to be monthly. We're going to check back in every month, and in between, I would love to just kind of keep cooking a little bit within the Discord and stuff, and then so that when we come in here, we've already got stuff that we're talking about because we've already been working. So it's really it's up to anybody's own volition how much you want to be involved after extracurricular to this. But yeah, anybody that does have designs for Dracula in a big boxy fake robot costume pushing a baby carriage, Andy has a gun.
I'm just seeing this as like Cartman and Osimo when he's in the Osimo costume.
You are on the money, Steve. Yes.
I think this
It's,
is a perfect starting point. I'm really happy with this.
It's given me as I'm painting this picture in my head, I can't help but think of like a Trigun vibe.
Okay.
So the slice of life piece, we can kind of bring all the ideas full into the fray. The first issue can be whoever's working at this saloon in the middle that has blood, or whoever's running the store. Dracula walks in one day and is like, I need supplies. And you can see he's got a cage. What's in the cage? And it's the last human baby.
Interesting. All right. I like it.
Me too.
All right.
Is this what you guys pictured coming out of all this?
No.
Baby in a cage. We knew it was going there.
I actually have a sealed envelope here that contains that before we even started, I wrote down.
What is that?
Dracula with a gun tries not to eat a baby.
The old Johnny Carson bit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
All right. So I think we got the starting point. Everybody, let's get in the Discord. Let's chat about this until next time. Next time we're gonna blow the bottom of this wide open and talk about our characters and how they interact.
Yes.
It's gonna be a good
Talk
time.
about Dracula. Talk about King of the Robots.
We could even do it anthology style, where different groups do a little story in the with the same like characters.
I love it. Absolutely.
So what should we call this? Like Project Dracula?
I think we're calling it Dracula 3088. Let's just move everything up one and back one. Done.
Quest for blood.
Dracula just colon Quest for blood is pretty fucking great, I will say.
That's not bad. All right. Let's wrap it up. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody that was just in the chat here. Really appreciate Owen's reviews, just contributing like a motherfucker.
Yes.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, everybody that was here. Thank all of you here in the actual call with us. Appreciate you all being here. Really excited to work on this more. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Griffin, final thoughts, as we say here at the end of every creative summit. Take it away.
He's got to have a gun. He's got to have a gun.
That's what we say at the end of every creative summit.
Yep.
All right. I'm hitting end stream. Thank you all. See you next time.